Very good morning. You're watching Today in Parliament with me, Aishwarya Kapoor, and these are the Parliament headlines. Discussion on reported scams in public sector banks slated in the Rajya Sabha. Short duration discussion slated in the upper house. Lok Sabha to debate alleged banking irregularities under rule that it does not entail voting. Calling attention in Rajya Sabha on need for strategic storage of crude oil and petroleum products in the country. Discussion slated on working of a drinking water and sanitation ministry in the upper house. Three bills in the Rajya Sabha today: Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill, State Banks Repeal and Amendment Bill, and Prevention of Corruption Amendment Bill to be moved. And Finance Minister Arun Jaitley to move the Finance Bill 2018 in the Lok Sabha. Discussion and voting slated for demands for grants of Ministries of Railways, Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare and Social Justice and Empowerment. After disruptions in both houses of Parliament continued on the 6th day on Monday due to multiple issues, including the PNB fraud case, both houses of Parliament are set to discuss banking irregularities today. In the Rajya Sabha today, a short duration discussion is slated on reported scams in some public sector banks and the alleged failure of the banking regulators to check them. Harivansh, Rupa Gangli and R.K. Sinha will initiate the discussion in the upper house. The issue has been on the list of the business of the Rajya Sabha since Wednesday last week. And in the Lok Sabha as well, the discussion is slated to be raised by N.K. Premachandran of the Revolutionary Socialist Party and K.C. Venugopal of the Congress Party. The leaders will raise the issue of alleged systemic irregularities in the sector over the years and its impact on the Indian economy. The discussion will be held under Rule 193 that does not entail voting. The issue has also been on the business of the lower house since Tuesday last week, but no discussion has been possible following repeated disruptions over multiple issues. All right, my colleague Vineet Dikshit is now joining us for more on this. Vineet, the disruptions in both houses of Parliament are continuing even in the second week of the second half of the budget session. And what are the chances of discussion today on the banking irregularities taking place in the both houses?
Well, Aishwarya, on that note, it's very grim affair. Unlikely that the both houses might function normally. Happenings outside Parliament, the issues of the various state governments is affecting the smooth functioning of the Parliament. But nonetheless, the standing committees are holding their discussions regularly. There are 24 standing committees. 8 of them are under the administrative control of Rajya Sabha. Aishwarya, on that score, as many as 8 different standing committees will present their 36 reports on the floor of the House today. They are working. These standing committees are mini Parliament being represented by all sections of the parties. Now, they are working perfectly. They are holding their meetings, and especially the ones which had held their meetings during the intercession time. Apart from that, the list of business includes all the pending business which was there in the agenda, which includes the Motor Vehicle Act, the State Bank Repeal Act, and the Prevention of Corruption Act. Apart from that, 2 short duration discussions have been listed. All these will reappear day in and day out, but the smooth functioning of the Parliament, that is affecting. Aishwarya?
Absolutely. Much depends on the way houses are going to function today. But Vineet, as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned, we understand that the centre really needs to push through the finance bill, and we understand that the BJP has issued a whip to its Lok Sabha MPs to be present in Parliament from Tuesday to Friday now.
That is correct. A short while back, the BJP Parliamentary Party held its weekly meeting, wherein it was decided that all members, particularly in Lok Sabha, will be present in full strength to get through the agenda, the finance bill, the money bill, the budget actually. As many as if the budget is passed, if the finance bill is passed, the detailed discussions will also take place in Lok Sabha on 6 different ministries. In Rajya Sabha, 4 different ministries are slated that they're working and their budgets will be discussed. But all that is hanging in fire. I mean, it's not happening actually. 39 bills were listed before the start of the budget session that they need to be cleared. None of them have been cleared as of now. Aishwarya?
All right. Thank you, Vinita, for all those updates there from Parliament. And in the upper house today, AIADMK MP A. Navaneeth Krishnan now will initiate a discussion on the working of the Drinking Water and Sanitation Ministry today. The members will put forth their views on the functioning of the ministry during the debate. And at the end of the debate, the Union Minister Uma Bharti will give a reply. And also in the Rajya Sabha today, they will be calling attention to a matter of urgent public importance. Chunibhai Kanjibhai Gohel will call the attention of the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas on the need for strategic storage of crude oil and petroleum products in the country. On to legislative business in the upper house, and Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will move the State Bank Repeal and Amendment Bill 2017 in the Rajya Sabha. Now, this bill seeks to repeal the State Bank of India Subsidiary Banks Act 1959, the State Bank of Hyderabad Act 1956 and also amend the State Bank of India Act 1955. It also aims to make a rational use of resources made available by the merger of these banks, leading to a reduction in costs and increase in bank profits. The Lok Sabha has already passed this bill. Also in the Rajya Sabha today, Jitendra Singh will move the Prevention of Corruption Amendment Bill 2013. Now, this bill seeks to amend the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. The bill makes specific provisions related to giving a bribe to a public servant and giving a bribe by a commercial organization. The bill modifies the definitions and penalties for offences related to taking a bribe, being a habitual offender and abetting an offence. Power and procedures for the attachment and forfeiture of the property of the public servants who have been accused of corruption have also been introduced in the bill. Now, the Act requires a prior sanction to prosecute a serving public official, and this bill extends this protection to former officials as well. And Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari will move the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill 2017 in the upper house. The bill amends the Motor Vehicles Act 1988 to address issues such as the third-party insurance, regulation of taxi aggregators and road safety. The bill is important due to radical changes in the law, which is as old as 30 years. It proposes high penalties for various traffic offences, a 3-year jail for parents of minors drivers causing fatal accidents, and also a 10-fold increase in the compensation for families of accident victims. For deaths in hit-and-run cases, the bill proposes for the government to provide a compensation of 2 lakh rupees or more to the victim's family. Currently, this amount is just 25,000 rupees. The minimum fine for drunk driving has also been increased from 2,000 rupees to 10,000 rupees in this bill. And in the Lok Sabha today, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will move the Finance Bill 2018. The bill will give effect to the financial proposals of the central government for the financial year 2018-19. And apart from this, Arun Jaitley will also move the Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2018 to authorize payment and the appropriation of certain sums from and out of the Consolidated Fund of India for the services of the financial year 2018-19. He will also move the Appropriation Number 3 2018 Bill to authorize payment and appropriation of certain further sums from and out of the Consolidated Fund of India for the services of the financial year 2017-18. Also in the Lok Sabha today, there will be a discussion and voting on the demands for grants under the control of Ministry of Railways for 2018-19. Discussion and voting will also be held on the demands for grants under the control of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare for 2018-19. There will also be discussion and voting on demands for grants under the control of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment for 2018-19. And the following questions will be raised in the Rajya Sabha today. Rajiv Chandrasekhar will ask the Minister of Finance whether it is a fact that the Bank of Baroda is being investigated by South Africa's central bank over accounts held for companies controlled by a South Africa-based Indian business family. Derek O'Brien will ask the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare the total number of leprosy cases registered in all states and union territories in India in the year 2016-17 and 2017-18. Veer Singh will ask the Minister of Finance whether the public sector banks are suffering from the bad loan burden, and if so, the details along with the quantum of losses suffered by such each PSP till date. Lal Singh Vadodia's question will be to the Minister of Power. He will ask about the number of hydropower stations in the country along with their locations state-wise. Harshvardhan Singh Dungarpur's question will be to the Minister of Civil Aviation. He will ask whether the Airports Authority of India has decided to install a full body scanner at the terminals for passengers, including all the airline staff in Delhi and other metro cities, to prevent any kind of smuggling. Well, questions will also be asked to the Ministries of Ayush, Corporate Affairs, Minority Affairs, New and Renewable Energy and Power. And that's it in this edition of Today in Parliament. Do stay tuned. The proceedings of the Upper House are going to begin in a while. Thanks for watching.